Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is yours truly, Jacques Morris, Atlanta's own shirt and tie guy. So welcome to this awesome panel hangout tonight for eLister Pro. I have the eLister Pro All-Stars lined up, if you will. These people are getting results. But before we actually get to our panel and we start talking about eLister Pro and what eLister Pro is and what does eLister Pro do, etc., let me just put out a few disclaimers because I don't want anybody going back to somebody else saying, well, Jacques guaranteed that this, and this, and it didn't happen for me. Nah, I'm just joking with you. So anyway, definitely want to make some disclaimers. Give me just a second because I have to quiet myself down over here on the other computer. Give me just a second.
Man.
All right, so there we go. Jacques is quiet over here on this computer. The shirt and tie guys on this computer. Ready to rock and roll? Let's rock and roll. So disclaimer, eLister Pro is an independent LLC. It is a real registered company. So this is a real company, ladies and gentlemen. eLister Pro is a tool suite of products. And you'll hear about those different products tonight. eLister Pro is not affiliated with eBay, Amazon, or any other marketing company and or website. So I just want to make that clear. Now, the other disclaimer that I want to make is that we do not guarantee any results. We don't guarantee any results. However, eLister Pro was created with the purpose. Number one, for those that are in e-commerce, those that drop ship, and those that utilize eBay and some of the other various selling platforms online, purpose number one was for individuals to save time. Because here's the bottom line. You don't have all day to sit in front of your computer wasting time doing listings, trying to figure out things that are going to sell. You need to be spending that time with your family. You need to be spending that time being more productive in your life as a human being. So, why was the eLister Pro designed? To save you time, number one. Number two, eLister Pro was designed to help you to put up professional looking listings. Why? Because think about it. When you go into a store, and if two of the very same products are side by side, are you going to get the product with the damaged packaging, or are you going to get the product that looks pristine, the one that's in the pretty packaging? Well, the answer is obvious. We're going to go for the pretty packaging every time. Now, some people may say that looks may be deceiving, and everything is not in a look. But I'm going to tell you, people are looking at your listings, and if you can put up professional listings, then that is going to benefit you. So you're going to hear some stories and some testimonials about some other things that have resulted as eLister Pro has accomplished those two objectives or purposes, if you will. You're going to see some of the byproduct of those two things being accomplished, and individuals are going to share that. But again, we can't guarantee anything aside from the fact that we're going to accomplish our first two objectives. So without further ado, we have a panelist of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Man, they're making me count tonight. So many people want to share their story. Anyway, we have a wonderful panel of 7 ladies and gentlemen that are going to share their experience with eLister Pro. So you're probably tired of hearing about me, but let me just tell you a little bit more about myself. I'm Jacques Morris here in Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm one of 3 owners here in eLister Pro. So it's myself, it's Michael Reyes, and Devin Bellman. Devin Bellman and Michael Reyes, they do a good bit of the programming, and you know, they put all the bells and whistles on and just make this thing happen for you. Jacques Morris, you know, he's just that shirt and tie guy, you know. What can I say? But anyway, so let's go ahead and get to our panel here. We're going to start off, ladies and gentlemen, we have people from all around the world. So because she's halfway around the world, we're going to go all the way to Australia. Now, how many of you have ever been to Australia? How many of you have ever spoke like an Aussie mom? No, I'm just joking. Anyway, Germa has joined us all the way from Australia. It is Wednesday afternoon there. Germa, how are you doing this Wednesday afternoon, which is Tuesday evening? You know what? Let me not do that. I'm going to confuse myself. Let me just ask you, how are you doing, Germa?
I'm doing great, Jack. Thanks.
Excellent, excellent. So you've been in our eLister Pro community for about how long have you been using the product?
It's almost been a month.
Okay, all right, great. So if you would just share with our viewers and our listeners and even our panel, share with us what your experience was before eLister Pro, and then share with us what your experience has been after using eLister Pro for nearly a month. I'm all ears.
Thanks. Uh, well, before when I was listing products in eBay, it was taking me a hell lot of time because I had to list them and then search about the look at the keywords and everything. So with eLister Pro, the good thing is because you can't fit all the keywords in the title area, you can use it and put all the other keywords that you want. And besides that, it's quick, and I just have to do a little bit of changes here and there, and gets it ready to just post the listings. So it's almost reduced my time to less than half.
Wow, excellent. So you've almost reduced your listing time by half since using eLister Pro for approximately 30 days or a month. Is that correct? That's what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
Now,
I had a listing of 150 when I started using eLister Pro, and I've gone up to 220, and I'll probably get a raise next month.
okay, excellent, excellent. So you're getting your eBay limits raised up. That is excellent. Now, let me ask you this. Have you noticed anything else about eLister Pro and the listings that you've been putting up? Have you gotten more views? Have you gotten more watchers? Or have you gotten less views and less watchers? Or have you gotten any views or watchers at all?
Well, generally, every time I listed my product, it took me around 5 or 6 days to get good views. But with this, within 24 hours, I have up to 10 views at least on each product. So that's a good thing for me because all the keywords are it's actually basically working that you're using all the good keywords, and well, I have lots of products that have watches as well, so that's a good thing. And I've sold a lot of products. I mean, I've sold more products since I started using eLister Pro than when I wasn't using it. So it's really been a good thing for me.
Wow. So you've sold more products now that you're using eLister Pro. It used to take 5 or 6 days to get some decent views and maybe a few watchers, and now you're experiencing all that within 24 hours. You're getting decent views, decent watchers, and sales. Is that correct?
Yes, definitely.
Well, I'm just going to say awesome for Australia, and we appreciate you. We really, really appreciate you, and you're, definitely one of the leaders in our Facebook community. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and again, thank you for sharing your story this evening. Awesome story. And see, I didn't even know all that about you, and man, that's why people have to come out and share their stories. Excellent, excellent. Thank you again, Garima.
Thanks, Steve, for introducing that concept for us.
Excuse me, say that again.
I'm saying thanks to you and everyone else for introducing that to everyone who's using it.
Okay, all right.
Without that, I don't think anyone would have got those results.
Excellent, excellent. I appreciate it, appreciate it. All right, so we're going to see, I'm here in Atlanta, Georgia. And they call this the Deep South. Some people call it the Dirty South, but we're just going to call it Atlanta, Georgia. Right next door to Atlanta, Georgia is Alabama. They say Roll Tide or they say War Eagle. I don't know what she's going to say, but let me just introduce to y'all Miss Mary Mack. How you doing this evening, Miss Mary?
I'm doing.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm doing wonderful down here in Mardi Gras land.
Okay, okay, all right. The original Mardi Gras land, correct?
That's right. That's right. Don't get it twisted.
All right, so we actually had you out on the Hangout last week. You know how things go, so let me just ask you, what are some of the benefits that you've been receiving as a result of using eLister Pro, Miss Mary?
Well, I've been saving a lot of time using eLister Pro because now I can list my items faster, and now I can list in way less than 5 minutes. It used to take me like a good hour to research, pull the information, copy and paste everything over, and then had to set up the right fonts and all that kind of stuff. Now I have more time, and I'm like, am I done? Am I done yet? So yeah, I like that feature that I can list faster in
Okay.
Pro.
Excellent. So you said it used to take you upwards of an hour to do a listing with all the research and everything. Now, because research is a part of the process, obviously there's the physical listing part, but then researching does take time. So given the physical listing part plus research, it used to take you an hour. How long does it take you on average to do all that to put up one listing now?
Right now, less than 5 minutes.
That's to do research and the listing. Hold on, let me repeat it. Maybe you didn't hear the question. to do research and listing takes you how long?
Less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes, and it was taking you over an hour?
An hour. It was stressful. It was like pulling teeth from a tiger.
Wow. Okay, so anybody that's taking a look at eLister Pro, anybody that's contemplating eLister Pro, anybody that's seeing things on the internet or hearing things out there in Never Never Facebook land or whatever, let's see, what would you tell those people, Miss Mary? What would you tell them?
I tell them to get eLister Pro and take a look for themselves. Forget what you heard about it or anything. Take a look for yourself. Because once you take a look for yourself, you ain't going to go back. It's a total difference. Like I said last week, the difference between a Cadillac and a Volkswagen.
I don't know how many Cadillac drivers we have. I don't know how many Volkswagen people we have. We're not going to knock any type of vehicle that you drive. This is what we're going to say, though. Once you go eLister Pro, you can't go back. Hey, Ms. Mary, thank you. All right, so we're going to bring up, let's see, who do we want to bring up? We're going to bring up a new panelist. We're going to go to the big state of Texas. It's been said that in Texas, all things are bigger. I don't know. I don't know. It's been years since I've gone to Texas. But we have on the Hangout with us this evening, Mr. Dakota. Come on out, Dakota.
Hey, everyone. Happy to be here.
Excellent. So, Dakota, when did you actually get started with eBay drop shipping and e-commerce? Just give our listeners and viewers a feel for how long you've been in the industry.
3 months. Three
Okay.
months. The third of this month was 3 months, because that's just today.
Okay, excellent. And how long have you actually been using eLister Pro?
A week.
Wow, a week. Okay, so this ought to be pretty good here then. So, so give us a feel for what things were like for you personally for those 2 months and 3/4 of a month, and then give us a feel for what things have been like in the last week that you've been using eLister Pro. So I'll give you the platform.
Well, I can relate with Mary. I listened to the recording of the last Hangout, and I was the same way. It'd take me about an hour to list a product, and I'd be spending a good 10 hours trying to list 10 products on this, and it was just like pulling teeth. It was annoying and very frustrating, and just to give you an idea of the difference, I've listed the same amount of products in the past week as I have in the past 2 3/4 months drop shipping. So it has made a very big difference. I spend way less time on this computer. My ultimate goal is to make all of this passive, so the less time I spend on this, the better, and that's what eLister Pro has done for me. It's made this so much faster, and that's great. That's the ultimate goal, is to save me time.
Excellent. And how much would you say 1 hour of your time is worth? We're not talking about eLister Pro. We're just saying, in the general sense of being Mr. Dakota, how much is an hour of your time worth?
Money-wise?
Yeah, I guess we can attach a monetary figure to it.
$60 an hour. I can't put a value on time. Time is just you only have the time that you have, and I take advantage of every moment that I can. And eLister Pro is allowing me to take advantage of more of that time. So that is something I'm very grateful for.
Excellent. And again, that is the purpose of eLister Pro, to save you time. Time is invaluable. Now, I know you've only been using the product for a week. eLister Pro itself has many different features to it. What would you say is one of your favorite features or part of the eLister Pro product or tool, if you will?
I really like the copy protection for multiple reasons. For one, it protects you from a lot of drop shippers will like to come and take your basically just copy your listing. So it protects you from your competition. Not only that, but it also saves you time. Instead of having to go over to SpinBot or something similar to SpinBot, you can actually just change a little words here and there and just click copy protection, and you don't have to worry about anyone finding your supplier or taking your product description. You don't have to worry about any of that. And later on, after you find out that that product is doing well, you can go back and make those adjustments and make that listing top quality like you want. And that is another thing that I really have enjoyed about this, is that you teaching me not to focus so much time, put so much time and effort into every single listing, but to just kind of get those listings out there and then put that extra time and effort into the ones that are doing well.
Excellent, man. I definitely appreciate you sharing that, and that's something that our viewers really, really need to take to heart. And you know, the bottom line is that there's only a certain percentage of anybody's listings that are going to sell. Most of us are relatively new to the e-commerce / dropshipping industry. So how will a person really know what's going to sell unless they actually get the listings up? Then once they get the listings up, you know, they can evaluate what's selling, you know, what's hot, what's not. Then they can make adjustments from there. But if it's taking all day long to actually get the listings up, well, that's not going to leave much time for an evaluation. So on a scale of 1 to 10, Dakota, what would you say your experience has been with eLister Pro? Scale 1 to 10. 1 being, it's okay, and 10, man, eLister Pro, ah, man. Oh, man.
Oh, man. Very 10. 10, if I could go higher, I would.
Excellent, excellent. Well, again, man, we appreciate you coming out this evening, sharing with us, you know, your personal story. And again, congratulations on your success. I know you've been here a week. I'm sure you're going to do very, very well. May get the opportunity to come back to you later on here, but now we're going to go, let's see here. We're going to, okay, I see a new face. I see a new face. Mr. Edward, can you hear me? Mr. Edward, can you hear me? I see his face on there. He's not moving. Man, we need to tap him on the shoulder, make sure he's still conscious. Mr. Edward. All right, so I know Mr. Edward was having some technical difficulty. Perhaps we can get him back live a little bit later. But let's go to Miss Terry. Miss Terry, can you hear me? Okay, unmute your mic so I can hear you.
All right, how's that?
Okay, all right, excellent, excellent. Now, again, you were out last week, and you know, you came out and told us about the wonderful warm weather down there in deep South Florida, and you know, just made us all envious and jealous. So we're not even going to go there. We're not going there tonight. However, what we are going to ask you is, what has been your experience? Before we even talk about the eLister Pro product, what has been your experience with the eLister Pro community, the Facebook community? Like, are they helpful, or do they just, you know, put you in a group and leave you alone, or what's been your experience?
Oh, the Facebook community for ELP has been off the chain. Everyone and anyone, anytime I've typed any question I've had, several people respond to me like immediately. So the support is unmatched. I mean, I really, really do appreciate it. I've been able to chat with several different people. Any questions that I've had, it's been great to welcome people, and you really do feel like, you know, a family setting because people make you feel at home. And anything you need, any question is no question is too small or ridiculous to ask.
Excellent. And you made a very valid point, because what happens a lot of times in business, a lot of individuals are new as far as being business owners. And somebody can easily tell you, go watch the videos, go do this, go do that. But all of us process information differently. All of us learn differently. And so when you have a community of individuals that are rallying around you, it gives you that support, that encouragement, and that confidence to keep on going despite any challenges an individual may have. So let me ask you this. What was life like before eLister Pro?
Okay, before eLister Pro, life was good, but it was on the slow side. Listing on eBay was the task, and when you have a high limit in eBay, sometimes you could look at it and be like, oh, I'll never ever get to max out that number, so I'm going to go for the dollar amount. I'm going to try to max out. But since I started with eLister Pro, I was able to max out my listings, and I actually had 3 days of rest where I didn't have to list. I could just sit back and watch what I've done work.
Excellent, excellent. So again, the time saver, man, 3 days of rest. I wish I knew what rest was. How do you spell rest? That's cool. So, okay, so now that you've been using eLister Pro, which has been approximately how long?
I actually signed up in December.
Okay, all right. So
I signed up in December. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So eLister Pro itself, what type of changes have you seen just since December?
Oh, wow. Quite a few. Initially, I thought it was the bomb the way it was. I thought this is fantastic. It looked great. It was simple to use. When I saw the HTML code, I got nervous. But once I went through the training, I was like, oh, this is a piece of cake. And then as things started to be added on, I was like, you got to be kidding me. They just made this even easier. Oh my gosh, they just made this even nicer. This is cool. The copyright protection, the pictures, and now that we have the option to determine whether or not we want our disclaimer long or short or none at all, I'm like, it just keeps getting better. Keeps getting better.
Excellent. And I want to let everybody know that this is literally just the beginning. We have so many things that are on the table. Granted, we can't implement everything, but again, anything that's going to save you time, we're looking to put that in. And we have we have a few cool things that are coming. Can't let the cat out the bag yet, but I can say this, that next Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you better tell everybody to get on this Hangout, because I'm going to do something special. And then at the end of this Google Hangout, I'm actually going to make an announcement regarding something else next week. But before we even get to that, we have to finish up here on the panel. Everybody knows what we have to do, right? Anyway, so let me ask you this, Ms. Mary. Ms. Terry, as far as your views, your watchers, and your sales, give our audience a feel for what the difference has been, if indeed there has been any difference.
Okay. Well, for starters, every time I listed anything, I always watched it myself. So I had to make myself feel good because I was number one to watch. After doing eLister Pro, I started watching my views pick up like really fast. I would say on average, I have somewhere around anywhere from 15 to 20 increased over what I would have gotten without it.
Wow.
So, in my opinion, it's changed a lot. It's really changed a lot.
Wow. Again, we thank you for sharing that. And when we built eLister Pro, ladies and gentlemen, you know, we had no idea that people's views and watchers were going to increase because, again, you know, we don't have any type of special this or special that. We're not doing anything, you know, illegal or black hat or whatever. You know, we just have a system which has a tool in it which helps people to increase their listing speeds. Now, something that a lot of individuals fail to realize is that the more activity you have going on inside of your eBay account, the better it is for you as an eBay seller versus you just putting up a few listings and then being like, well, I'm tired, I'm going to leave it alone, I'm just going to sit and see if those 5 or 10 listings sell. And if they do sell, then I'll go list some more. But if you continuously have activity in your account, that's letting eBay know a lot, and that works in conjunction with the Cassini search. But we're not even going to get all into Cassini. So let me ask you, Ms. Terry, what would you tell somebody that is contemplating eLister Pro? What would you say to them?
Well, first of all, I'd say you would be crazy not to get it, because if you really want to value how much time you spend listing, and you want to have extra time to do some of the other things to help you in your business, then eLister Pro is definitely the way to go, without question. It's definitely going to speed things up for you.
Excellent, excellent. Again, we definitely appreciate you, and we may come back to you here again this evening. So now let's go to another one of our new panelists. This is Charles White, ladies and gentlemen. You know, his last name is White, you know, and he has a nickname. I'll let him share that with you. But this is a gentleman, you know, that I've personally known for some time. And I introduced him to e-commerce and drop shipping. And he's been having the time of his life. I'm not going to take his glory or his story. So, Charles, come out and tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Tell us about your experience with eBay and e-commerce and drop shipping. And then we'll get into the eLister Pro part. So, again, if you could tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience with e-commerce.
Hey, Jock, I appreciate it. Can you hear me very well?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay, great. Yeah, my experience has been magnificent with eLister Pro. I pretty much started when you guys, told me about, the program eLister Pro, and I've been having really good success using the software.
Wait, hold up. We got to find out what life was like before eLister Pro. Then we're going to talk about eLister Pro, brother.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. We're going to let you tell about eLister Pro, but we want to find out what your life was like before. You know, like how long you been drop shipping and e-commerce? What were some of the challenges that you were having?
Yes, I've been drop shipping for about a year now, and when I had first started, it usually takes me anywhere from about 15 minutes to an hour to do a listing prior to me knowing about, you guys. And it was real complicated because, I do have a full-time job. I'm married, have 4 kids, so my time is very, small. I have, small time windows to get, things done and accomplished. So I was struggling a whole lot, trying to find items, trying to list items, and so forth. So it was very, very hard for me.
Okay, but now you would say that you were definitely experiencing some success, and you can see the big picture as far as e-commerce. Is that correct?
Correct. That is correct. It's a huge, opportunity on the e-commerce side, and I'm just so fortunate that I was able to find, this side of the world online, because it's just amazing how much money you can make from, working from the comfort of your home.
Okay, excellent, man, that's very commendable. This man said he has a full-time job, he has a wife, and 4 kids. That right there, oh man, that right there. Now you talk about time trying to squeeze all of that in. So eLister Pro, you were introduced to eLister Pro. You've been using it for about how long now?
I'll say for about 2 months.
Okay, so you've been using eLister Pro for about 2 months. Share with everyone what your personal experience has been with eLister Pro.
Well, my personal experience has been great, Jock. About 2 weeks ago, I had my personal best sale of about $1,200. I sold an item for about $1,200 with about a $249 profit. And that's what that was with using eLister Pro. So I was super excited and very encouraged of the results I was getting, just from that one item that I sold. Overall, I've seen all my items, watchers as well as views, have gone up tremendously, which helps me because the more views and watchers, the more sales I get, and I definitely can see an increase in my sales as well as the profits.
Excellent. Now, how would you say your eBay listings look now compared to before eLister Pro? How does your eBay listings look?
Yeah, it's really no comparison, Jock. I mean, right now, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the grocery stores. There's a Publix grocery store, and then there's maybe a Walmart or Kroger. Well, before eLister Pro, mine was looking like Kroger and Walmart. But now it's looking more like Publix, like a high-end grocery store where everybody just want to come shop there because it looks nice, the floor is clean, the walls are clean. I mean, it's amazing the things that I put up using eLister Pro, and they actually sell. I'm like, wow, I didn't know that was gonna sell, but it sold. So I've been having a lot of success, and it's actually gotten to the point now, Jock, where being that I do work, my wife will actually drive, in the morning because we go to work together, and I'll sit in the car and actually put up about 5 listings in about 15, 20 minutes while she's driving. So I'm in the car, listing using eLister Pro. And she's driving, I'm just putting on listings. She's like, hey, what are you doing? I'm up here listing. I mean, this is simple. eLister Pro makes it so easy for me now to where I can actually do my work in my car. Okay? So I'm just super excited, Jock. I mean, I do that every day, using the software, and it's really benefiting me. I'm just super excited.
Man, that's great. That is a wonderful experience. And like I always tell individuals, I'm the type of person that I'm not going to do anything just for a buck or to make $1. If there's not an enormous amount of value in it, then for me it's kind of like, whatever. I'll figure out something else to do. And to hear everybody, coming out here, sharing these stories, sharing a part of your life, sharing your experiences, that motivates me even more because, much like yourself, Charles, I have a wife, kids, et cetera, don't have a full-time job, trying not to remember even what that feels like, but no, I'm just joking. But time is so important, and just given what everybody has experienced thus far that has shared their story, again, I'm motivated to get with the programmers to see about pushing this thing, to see about pushing eLister Pro even further, saving people even more time, getting them more views, more watchers, more sales, so that way they can spend the time with their families and they can do the things that they ultimately want to do. Because for me, if we all make money, then we all ultimately get to do what we want to do. And so again, I definitely appreciate you sharing with us. What would be your comment on the Facebook community? Anything you'd like to say about the eLister Pro Facebook community?
Yeah, it's by far one of the best communities I've been a part of. I've seen myself as well as others, ask a question and you get a response literally within a minute of the post. So there's great support in the Facebook group, and not only are the admins and the owners, give you support, but the other people in the community also giving you suggestions and tips that can help you build and strengthen your business. So it's a great community.
Excellent. Now, do you know how many? Do you know approximately how many people are in the Facebook group?
I want to say in between 500 to 600 people in the Facebook group.
Okay. Now, our viewers may not notice, but we have not officially launched eLister Pro yet. Like, we've just kind of been like, hey, you heard about eLister Pro? Check it out. It might save you some time. So we've basically just been on a whisper / pre-launch, mode, because the bottom line is we wanted the results to speak for themselves. We wanted actual users of the product to share their experiences with individuals. And now that we have, more than a few testimonials, more than a few users, we're ready to bring this thing to the masses, because a lot of people don't know, but there are more than 6 million sellers on eBay. And so, the target market, if you will, is large. And then there are going to be thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, or even millions more that are going to be coming into this industry of e-commerce. So again, eLister Pro, it allows an individual an extraordinary amount of leverage to work their business and to preserve their time. Appreciate you, Charles. Again, we'll probably come back to you here in a few. So let's go out to the Pacific Northwest. I think that's Miss Callie Friend. Would that be correct, Miss Callie?
It is. Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a great night.
Woo, woo. That's a let's see, that's a Girl Scout leader, Girl Scout troop leader, correct? Something like that.
Yes, I am a Girl Scout. Well, I will be a Girl Scout leader in June 1st. I am actually in another troop right now. This year was too hard for me to take over the new troop, so I'm going to wait a year, and I will be there in September. But I'm in training right now, which I'm totally excited for.
Excellent. So, Callie, we actually had you out last week, and again, I had the opportunity to learn, a good bit about you and your experience with eBay. And so, just to let our viewers know, Callie is no rookie, if you will, on eBay. She's had years of experience, and well, better yet, let me shut my mouth. Callie, tell us about your previous or prior experience on eBay. Like, how long have you been on there? Tell us about your stores, your sales, your time, et cetera, et cetera.
I have been a seller on eBay for over 10 years. I've been a member of eBay since...
Hold on. Ooh. I got to make sure I heard that right because I was drinking water. You said 10 years? 10?
Yes.
Over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
Wow. Okay. Yes. So, all right. This is okay. This is a veteran, if you will. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead.
In fact, I think it's going to be 12 years June, if I remember correctly. But anyway, but I've been on eBay for a long time. I've been a member of eBay since its inception, so I'm very familiar with it. But as I own 2 stores. Both are very successful. The first one I started back in June because I wanted to open up a different type of a store. And I wanted to be a niche, a little bit more of a niche. But then that part of the store wasn't doing so well. So I decided that let's find something else, and that's what I did. And then I decided to do drop shipping with a company which I love. And then here comes along Jacques with this beautiful program that makes it so easy to list. And it just has changed my store completely. It was really the boost that I needed for it. And now it's just taken off, and it's phenomenal.
Okay. So tell us about some of the differences before eLister Pro and now that you're using eLister Pro. Some of the things that you personally have noticed or experienced since using eLister Pro.
Ooh, time. To list something on eBay, you can easily spend an hour. That's research. That's taking the picture, listing that picture, editing that picture if you have to, which in my case I did because I'm on a Mac computer. So I had a lot of things I had to get around because everything's so Windows going. So it's really hard when you're on a Mac to be able to do that. So that took a lot of time to do that editing on those pictures to get them up. That's time, 20, 30 minutes just for that alone sometimes. And then you have to type everything in, and that takes time. And, I can honestly tell you I spent an hour to 2 hours on each listing. And when I have 400 listings, do the math. That's a lot. And eLister Pro has taken it down to me. Honestly, I did a challenge, and I was able to get the listings down to 30 seconds, to be honest with you. Wow. But now I'm averaging between 5 and 10 minutes. I have a little girl who's not here tonight jumping on my lap. So, it does take me a little bit longer because she does interrupt me a lot. But, if I didn't have all those distractions, I could get it done in less than a minute very easily. That's the time saving. I've gone from 2 hours to just a couple of minutes. And it's because it's so easy to use. Copy paste, that's it. And if you can copy paste, you can do this program.
Wow. So, man, you were saying, man, that's mind blowing. You were saying like about an hour to do a listing, 400 listings. That's 400 hours. I'm not even going to break that down into weeks or months or anything like that. But then you said you went from basically an hour to doing a listing to a couple minutes, and you've done a listing just to time yourself and see how fast you could go. You've done a completed listing in 30 seconds?
Yes, I did.
Wow. You know, now that's interesting because I personally have not done one that quick. And when people saw the initial video that I had made, and I showed them where I did one, you know, and I used a timer, and I did one in less than 90 seconds, there was a little bit of scrutiny. People were like, well, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. And I tried to help people to appreciate that I was simply just showing them what the tool could do. Now, again, that was 90 seconds, so you're saying you timed yourself in 30 seconds, you did a completed listing?
I did, and I was shocked when I looked at the clock. I went, you've got to be kidding me. I did it in 30 seconds. So it's possible to do it that low. Now, I did very little editing. I literally just uploaded it or linked it from Amazon, got all the information in there. I did a couple tweaks to it, and then I listed it up. So it was a very simple listing. And I did it as a test. I honestly just did it as a test. I didn't even list the product completely on it. I didn't even make it live. I just did it as a test.
Right.
30 seconds, and I couldn't believe it. I was shocked.
Wow.
So, but of course, if you really want the quality, which is what I'm going for, you know, 4 to 5 minutes is average for me right now, which is still good when you think about it. I've gone from an hour to 2 hours down to 5 minutes. How much time do I now have free to be able to go and do the things that I'm doing? You know, and I talked a little bit about that last week. You know, it's opened my doors up to be able to be more with my kids, and because I do have one in school, I do have one at home. So my life is extremely busy. You know, I've got 2 kids in Scouts. We're not home. So I have to take advantage of every minute that I have right now, and this has been an absolute best program I have had. And, you know, I can't say enough about it, to be honest.
Excellent, excellent. I definitely appreciate that. And again, we'll come back to you. Now, I want our viewers, again, to appreciate that these are real people with real experiences, real stories that are receiving real results. They're not paid to come out here. They're not told what to say. Like, I'm learning for the very first time, including last week, about a lot of these individuals and what their stories and what their experiences are. You know, I see the post in the Facebook group. You know, I read the testimonials, and I'm like, wow, wow, wow. But then to hear somebody personally tell their story, to hear that enthusiasm, that inflection in their voice, ladies and gentlemen, that's what it's all about, providing value, saving individuals time. So let's go to Mr. Cash with Craig. Craig, you're up there in Ohio. How's the weather?
Oh, hey, Chuck, can you hear me? I just unmuted myself. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir. How's the weather?
Well, yesterday we had a quote-unquote snow day, and it actually, for the first time in a long time, actually freed up some time for me. I haven't had that happen to me in quite a while, so I was kind of excited about it. But we got about a good 1.5 feet of snow.
Okay.
So.
All right. Very well. So you've been using eLister Pro for approximately how long, Craig?
I think I got it on the right after Christmas, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 days after Christmas.
Okay. All right. So you were on that webinar that was on a Saturday in January. That first webinar that I did in January then.
Yeah. Okay. It was January then. Okay. Yeah. I can't believe we're already in the 3rd day of February.
All right. So then you've been literally using eLister Pro for a month. Share with our viewers what your experience has been, Craig, please.
Well, I just like I said last week, I was on the Hangout last week too. So yesterday, like I said, I ended up with some time on my hands. I didn't know we weren't going to have. I work for a produce company. I didn't know we were going to have. So yesterday, I got home at 10 o'clock. I had an absolute blank slate. I sat down real quick and wrote out what I wanted to do. First thing was a list. I started listing from 10 yesterday morning to noon, and I wanted to see how many I could get up in 2 hours. So here's my stats. Okay. I got 19 listings up in that 2-hour period of time. I got up, I drink coffee, so I probably had 5 cups of coffee, went to the bathroom 3 or 4 times, and answered 2 phone calls from salespeople. I got all those 19 listings up in 2 hours. I sold 2 of those items yesterday and 3 of those items today. So
all right,
that's
okay. Oh man, I love hearing these stories. Okay, so let me get this correct. You came home, you said I'm going to list. You blocked out some time to list exclusively for 2 hours from 10 to 12, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So from 10 to 12. So between 10 and 12, you were able to get up 19 listings, and this is using eLister Pro, correct? Or are you using something else that we don't know about?
Straight eLister Pro,
Okay.
and another tool that we have inside eLister Pro, but yes, eLister Pro.
Okay, all right, very well. So you got up 19 listings, and you said you drank about 5 cups of coffee, got up, went to the restroom a few times, so obviously there was some downtime. You didn't just sit there in front of the computer for 2 hours straight. You were just basically enjoying the process or enjoying the moment, if you will, right?
Right. But 10 to 12 was my time frame.
Okay, all right, okay, excellent.
Whatever happened, happened.
Okay, now that was yesterday, right? That was yesterday?
Yesterday
All right, that
morning.
was yesterday. Now, out of those 19 items, you said how many sold yesterday?
I sold 3 of them yesterday by the evening, by midnight last night, and let me just double check. I sold 2 more today.
Okay.
2 more today. So that's 5 of those 19 items I sold.
5 of the 19 items sold in less than 48 hours.
Correct.
Wow. 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 Wow.
And here's another quick stat too. Out of those 19 hours, while I was listening to everybody else, here's another quick stat. The smallest amount of views on all 19 items is 22. That's the least amount of views.
Wow. So let me just ask you, how much are you enjoying using eLister Pro? You referred to another product inside of eLister Pro. Maybe you could shed some light on that and possibly what it does. Just tell us, Craig.
Well, one of the things that I've been focusing in on is I've been focusing in on some specific niches, and I come from the restaurant business. I own and operated my own restaurant for 23 years, so I found some niches and learning from everybody as well. I found some niches, and out of those 19, they're restaurant-related items, and I kind of got a feel now for what's happening, and those are the reasons why those are selling, because I'm able to really niche in using this tool. And can I say what the other item is, Jack? Can I say that?
Yeah, because normally, well, we'll get to that here in just a second. So normally a person would just go to eBay and just look for random items to select as far as what they're going to list. But now you said you got niche specific. So what is actually helping you to get niche specific?
Well, I can type in the terms that I'm looking for on Amazon, and then once I see the list of those items on that page, I'm like, okay, yep, and then I just hit one button called Easy ASIN, and it lists all the I can never say tongue-tied. I don't know why. ASIN. I got all those numbers, and actually the ones I had is like 25 of them, and I got 19 of those listed in that 2-hour period of time. I went back last night and finished the rest of that page, so I ended up the whole day getting them all listed up.
Right. So let me ask you this question: does Easy ASIN make things easy?
You just gotta. Well, let me just tell you this. For those 19 listings in the 2 hours, I only had to look at the Amazon page once.
Wow.
Does that make sense?
It probably doesn't make sense to anybody that has never seen Easy ASIN or that's not inside of, the eLister Pro tool suite, but it definitely makes sense to me. And ladies and gentlemen, again, I don't know if you really got what Craig said. He said he got 19 items listed from Amazon, but he only went to Amazon one time. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something special. It's saving people time. It's making
Time's
their
our most valuable asset.
Go ahead.
Time is our most valuable asset.
Definitely, I agree 100%. So let me ask you this. Based on everything that you've experienced inside of eLister Pro, what would you say is your favorite 1 or 2 features?
You guys keep making it better, so I don't know. Did you change it yet today? I haven't been on there yet. I mean, maybe there's a
Change
new
is coming
new
soon.
feature. There might be a new. There might be. I better go over there and check. There might be a new feature on there now. No, I really like the picture time thing. That has really been. I didn't think it was going to be a time saver when you first put it out, and you guys kind of threw it out there nonchalantly. But really, that's been a great time saver for me because I'm getting. I like to at least put a minimum of 3 pictures up if I can get good 3 pictures, and try to put 5 if I can. And it's just made it a lot easier to just stay in the eLister Pro canvas, get everything you needed, and then just go over to eBay and put it up there real fast. So I like that feature a lot. And of course, I think Nick mentioned the copy protection, and he made some great points about that, and I like that as well.
Okay, excellent. Again, we definitely appreciate you sharing, your experience with our viewers this evening. And man, it just sounds like your testimonial and your experience is just getting better and better and better. Now, for anybody that's actually viewing this Hangout, I want to tell you, get back to the person that actually referred you to this Hangout and ask them, excuse me, for their link so that way they can get credit for the referral. Now, we don't talk a lot about, the referral or the affiliate side of eLister Pro because I want everybody to understand something. eLister Pro is not a business opportunity. eLister Pro is a tool suite that helps individuals that are in the e-commerce niche. So if you drop ship or you do listings on eBay, eLister Pro has tools that will actually help you. We're not a biz op. We're not an MLM company. We're not a network marketing company. Much in the same manner of Aweber has an affiliate program, Amazon has an affiliate program, Walmart has an affiliate program. We decided as owners that it would be nice if we too had an affiliate program. So that affiliate program is set up via JVZoo. It doesn't cost a person anything to register to be an affiliate of eLister Pro. In fact, they don't even have to have the product, and they can register as an affiliate and share their link with others. Now, why they would want to share it if they don't have it and they can't, tell about their experience, I don't know. But anyway, that's just the way that it's set up. So has anybody on the panel made referrals? And if you have made referrals, did eLister Pro send you some money? Anybody?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, all right. So, Craig, you just finished. So did I see one of the ladies, Mary or Terry? Okay, yeah. All right. So let's go with Miss Terry. Does eLister Pro send money? They don't send money, do they? They take your money, right?
Oh, no. Oh, no. They take your money, but absolutely commission was earned. Yes.
Okay. All right. Anybody else want to share their experience? I think I've seen Charles. Your hand. Have you been earning commission payments from eLister Pro?
Yes. I've actually had about I believe 2 or 3 people that I told about eLister Pro, and I received $30 in commissions from the total of 3 people. So yes, it does pay out commissions.
Okay, excellent. And then Craig?
I think I sold 14 this month.
All right, so if that's the case, then that means you're building another stream of income along with saving time and making the money that you're making on eBay. Would that be a correct assessment of your current situation?
Well, that's for sure. It saved me money and made me money at the same time. Just following the shirt and tie guy. That's all I do.
All right, so this question right here is going to go to each of our panelists. Now, if you, experiencing what you have experienced, how much would you personally say you would be willing to pay for eLister Pro on a monthly basis? Again, experiencing what you have personally experienced, how much would you be willing to pay for eLister Pro on a monthly basis? We'll start down here with Callie. How much would you be willing to pay?
Ooh, this program is easily worth $100 a month.
Okay, so we got $100 a month from Miss Callie. Mr. Charles, how much would you be willing to pay?
I was gonna say about $75 a month.
Okay, all right. Craig?
Yeah, I'm with Kelly on that. I think you know, $100 a month is about right.
Okay, excellent. Dakota? Unmute yourself.
I would agree with them. $100 a month would be very well, especially considering the ability to be an affiliate free and refer people, and all you got to do is refer 2 people, and now you're in for free.
All right, excellent, excellent. So we got 100, we got 175. Okay, let's jump way around the world to Garma. How much would you be willing to pay each month for eLister Pro, given what you've experienced so far?
Well, I'll agree with everyone else. $100 would be a good amount.
Okay. Ms. Mary?
Given that it's helping us reduce our time so much, I think it's a good one.
Okay, excellent. Thank you. Ms. Mary?
I agree that $100 is a good price.
Okay. Ms. Terry? Unmute yourself.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay.
$100 for sure.
Okay. So,
$100.
all right, excellent. So the overwhelming majority said that they, based on what they've experienced, would say that eLister Pro is worth at least $100 a month. Let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the basic version of eLister Pro. We're already at work on the premium version of eLister Pro. eLister Pro, the company, the tool suite, the product, you know, whatever, has not even been officially launched. You've heard it said, and I'll say it again, documentation beats conversation. We're documenting everything, and the stats don't lie. So who'd like to tell us how much eLister Pro is every single month? How much is it? Would somebody like to say it? All right, Charles?
It's gonna be $19.95.
A whopping 20 bucks. 20 bucks with value on top of value on top of value on top of value on top of value. Plus there's the Facebook group. Plus, you know, I'm chiming in the group and sharing some strategies, sharing some techniques, trying to guide people in the right direction. Because the bottom line, we want to see you succeed. We want to hear your testimonial. We want to share with you in your own success story. So we got about 4 minutes. I'm just going to start this time. Let me just say this to our panelists. Last final thoughts, final words about eLister Pro. Again, if anybody wants to get eLister Pro, get back with the person that referred you to this hangout. If I, Jacques T. Morris, the shirt and tie guy, referred you to this particular webinar, you can simply go to elisterpro.com. Or you can even contact any of our panelists that you see this evening because, you know, with us, we want to share the wealth. We want to see as many people benefit that truly want to benefit. Now, we're not here just giving away anything, but let me just tell you, what you receive from eLister Pro is going to come with a ton of value. So final thoughts. Who'd like to go first? Final thoughts on eLister Pro. We have 3 minutes.
Hey, I just want to say one quick about the Facebook group. I've been in Facebook jail, so I haven't been able to post in group. It seems like I've been in for a month. And I have learned so much from you guys posting in the group, just little tips and tricks that I've just picked up. So I haven't been able to be active in the group, and I just want to give a shout out to everybody and say thank you. It's a great community.
All right, appreciate you there, Craig. Anybody else? Final thoughts?
I have something to say.
Okay, go ahead, Gil.
Well, eLister Pro was initially, the link was sent to me by you, so I didn't get a lot of time to check it that time because I was busy listing products and making sure everything was going fine until I just got into that. Good for me. So after when I read all those, when I was looking at the videos, before I could click on the button for join in, I was actually wondering how expensive that is going to be. Because when I saw the video and it says that it reduces your time and you showing us how to do it, I was really wondering how expensive that was going to be. And I've just started. I was actually worried if I can afford it or not. but with 1995, it's incredible. It's actually a great thing.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that with us, Guillermo. All right. Anybody else? Final thoughts?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kelly.
All right. Go ahead, Colin.
I just want to say, if any of you are on the fence about this, get off. Go get the program. Honestly, you will thank Jock for this in the end. It has been an absolute blessing to have it. And I say that truly from the bottom of my heart. You will see a huge difference in your sales. You'll see a huge difference in the time you've saved. It is just one of those phenomenal products that has come out that I have never seen. This product is sheer genius because it is so easy to use and it is so brilliantly put together that it has taken the guesswork out of drop shipping on eBay and just listing in general. Even if you don't drop ship, if you just list products on eBay as a rule in a store, it will help you 100% tremendously to get your listings up, and it will. I can't say enough about it. Get off the fence. Go get this program. It is the best on the market today. And I'll tell you, if you don't get it, you're going to be in the rut that you are still. Get off the fence. Go get it. Seriously.
All right. Thanks a lot for that, Callie. We really
You're
appreciate
very welcome.
I'd like to mention another feature about the product that was really useful. I used to use a website called the eBay Sales Scout, and it required me to open up another window, and my internet speed is not the fastest. With eLister Pro, it's not even necessary. They calculate that in there with it, and it saves me time just from speed of internet, and that's very useful.
Excellent. Appreciate you sharing that with us, Dakota. Anybody else? Final thoughts?
Lastly, I would say time is money, and if you value your time, this is the only system that's going to get that for you. Jump on it. It's worth it. You won't regret it, and you definitely won't want to quit.
Excellent. Thanks. Anybody else?
Yes. If you're really thinking about eLister Pro, go ahead and get it. Just like we said earlier, it's a time saver. It's easy to use. It's simple. It makes your listings look nice and everything. And it's tons of features built into that eLister program.
Excellent. Anybody else? Charles, did you say something?
Yeah, I just want to say, this eLister Pro is just amazing, man. If you think about how nice the descriptions are and all the other advantages and features that it gives you, it really helps build your customer base as well as your clientele when people are looking at your listing. So, of course, if you got more people looking at your product, you're going to have more sales and you definitely going to make more money. So, if you guys are, like I said, on the fence, go ahead and get the product. It's $19.95. It'll definitely boost up your income and your sales, and you'll really get a lot more cha-chings. Okay? It will happen.
All right, definitely appreciate that. Again, we appreciate all our panelists for coming out this evening, sharing their stories, sharing their experience, as well as some of the results that they've been receiving by personally using eLister Pro. Now, again, want to make a couple quick announcements. Next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Typically Tuesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, that is going to be the set time for the eLister Pro Hangouts. That is going to be set in stone. Some of our panelists are going to be the ones taking the lead on these particular Hangouts. So again, it's not just about eLister Pro. It's not just about listing on eBay, but we're trying our best to help develop leadership and really help those individuals that want to step to the fore, want to step to the front, and provide that value in our industry. But next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I think I said that 3 or 4 times, but I'm going to say it again. Next Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, make sure that you are on this Hangout. There's something special that's going to happen on this Hangout next Tuesday at 9 p.m., if you didn't write it down already, Eastern Standard Time. Now, I'm going to tell you something else, and this is very important. Next Thursday, there's going to be a special link floating around on the internet. You will want to see this link, find this link, do whatever it takes to get this link so that you can register for a very, very special webinar. It is a very special webinar. What is going to be shared on that webinar and what is going to be released on that webinar, you are not going to believe it. So again, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for coming out this evening and actually, you know, just spending time with us, learning about eLister Pro, listening to our panelists share their stories. Again, we want to thank all of our panelists. Thank you. You guys were totally awesome. You totally rock. And ladies and gentlemen, if there's any doubt, just remember, this is not any ordinary guy that's speaking to you. This is Jacques Morris, Atlanta's own shirt and tie guy. And we'll see you next time.